y'all. Hey, they cut me up until I'm just a nose. Oh, wow, yeah. You're here with Stiffy. And I don't mean in man way stiffy. I mean stiffness today, child. But I said, once I get on this treadmill, I'm gonna be alright. Great ride is, and thanks for coming on the walk. Get your chair, get your mats. I say walk and then I say chair. Walk and then sit. If you're doing chair exercises, line up if you're walking wall to wall. Get your weights if you're just doing some hand weight stuff. I gotta stop leaning over my body. That's the problem with this. Anyway, I gotta line up correctly. Line up if you're walking wall to wall. Jump on your bike. Start your treadmill. Let's get this. Oh, get rid of this pain and stiffness right now, y'all. Ooh, great ride, isn't y'all? It's like the thigh pain reminds me that my posture is off. Now, my posture is off because there's something called gravity. And it keeps you on earth, so they say, so it presses you down. Excuse me. Alright, I do have a piece of candy in my mouth. Ginger. Suck on ginger. In the morning, ginger in the morning, ginger in the evening, ginger in the afternoon. Yes! Okay. Alright, not so stiffy. Not man way. Muscle way. Man way is just a little bristle. Muscle way is this big, strong mass of flesh. Ooh, that I love. I love all this. This is my family. We are family. Yes, y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk. Ooh, better already. Definitely better with the hip motion. Alright, I'm going to talk about the pimp meetup. But, you know, if I could just do a little, and I feel it, and I know when I roller skate, you know, everyone's talking about kick off. He don't know I got so many other things I got to deal with before I even get to kick off. And rolling my hips is a form of exercise. But I learned that roller hips say to a man, come jump on me, strip off all my clothes and have your way. Assault me. It doesn't say, you know, this is a more comfortable way of walking, especially if I have heels. I'm not sending you out any messages, Mr. Nasty Man. I'm just trying to exercise my hips. And I think that's also, okay. Post it. I got rid of it. I think that's also my way of distributing weight. Being able, you know, move your body different ways. You know? Ooh, oh, I gotta put this fan on. Y'all know in the cold world, I done just shook my tail at the Lord. Going around here, shaking your tail at the Lord. They don't see it as rolling hip. So if a man jump on you, it's your own fault. Because you're shaking your hips at the Lord. I was like, what? I thought y'all said the Lord was something I couldn't see. It wasn't tangible. It was, how? Anyway, My name is Vicki, coming to you live from this penal colony, aka USA, aka America. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. I just wanted to clear up a few things from yesterday. I didn't take my daughter to church. Godmother did. I allowed it because I know she was from the South, and I was from the South too, that if by any chance something happened to me and my daughter wandered from the South, if she didn't know how to say, Jesus did it all, I have no power, I am powerless, he is everything. If she don't know how to say that at a drop of a dime, she will be groomed. If she did that and threw herself, that's saying, I'm not going to fight you, man. If you want to rape me, if you want to take me, whatever you want to do, and that's acceptable. They don't have to fight. They don't have to fight you. Choke you, punch you. But I took my daughter to the beach, to the pools, to the parks. On Sunday, we stayed home. I cooked. She played in the yard. No. I couldn't sit there and co-sign. And you say, how on one side you came on? If I wasn't here, she'd have to be turned over to those people. And my mother didn't raise me to bow down to anyone. Remember, I'm not a baby boomer like you assholes. My mother fled the South. It was a great migration from the oppressive southern penal states to the not so oppressive penal northern states. But oppressive the same, because the label of born and blood inmate criminal from when our ancestors was warring with Europe some 600 years ago. And the crowns took the prisoner of wars as far away from Africa as possible. And then they decided, hey, we got to take them out of Africa, because if not, they're going to come over and they're going to start all over again. And that's a strategic move in war. I don't think the strategic move is that you penalize the descendants some 30 generations later. And then on the other side, the sadness is, how can the descendants of the prisoners of war allow themselves to be oppressed for 30 generations? Haiti didn't. Jamaica didn't. I know that's why they filtered in all those Europeans. I know that's why they was giving them free land, even as we were being Emancipation Proclamationed. They were sending for Europeans to come over, giving them free land. So our thing is different. The crowns weren't sending Europeans flooding into Jamaica and flooding into Haiti once they physically kicked them out. They didn't kick them out of the banks. They didn't kick them out of the land. Really, they still own it, etc., etc., etc. The money's still going to them, etc., etc., etc. So that's something that we have to look into ourselves. But I can tell you, I found out what I think the reason is. It's because of these cults. Like I said, I didn't know. I put R-rated on the I didn't know I was a whore. I didn't know. I didn't know that men are allowed to jump on me, touch me, or do what they want to. I didn't know. My mother didn't tell me. I didn't know. She didn't say to me, she didn't say, Vicki, you know, Eve thing, okay, they're holding a grudge against us for from 600 years ago. Okay, hear this. This is how long they hold a grudge against women. Thousands of years ago. If not millions of years ago. In this story, this fairy tale, Eve ate the apple. I wish my mom told me this. Eve ate the apple. And now, men use, you know, they say that that's the reason why the world is so horrible. And it's because women, you know, Eve was a woman, you know, and this is my mother. I wish my mother would sit down and said, you know, you're a little young, but because Eve ate the apple, there's a good chance that men can just take their hands and put it down your panties anytime they want to. They can squeeze your breasts anytime they want to. Because they're upset that Eve made Adam eat the apple. And now the world is forever thingamabobby. So, men will be going around telling you, controlling what you do with your vagina is not yours. Your breast is not yours. They can go inside, they can touch it, they can feel it, you can get naked, you can show it to them. It's okay because Eve did the apple thing with Adam. And then I wish my mother would have explained to me before she passed that I am the rib of a man. She didn't have that talk with me. She didn't have that talk with me. That I'm the rib of the man. So, he has the right to do what he wants to do because you are him. She didn't tell me that. So when I got down south to the Sunday pimp meetup, I learned that. I didn't know anything about obeying a man because he was a man. I didn't know that I had to obey the man because he was a man and cook, clean, get a job, have his babies, and maybe he'll work and pay bills. But that was my sin. So I didn't even know. I didn't even know I had sins. I was like, what? What? Where does bullshit come from? But, you know, as you go along, you get convinced. I was a bastard. So, even if I didn't do sin, I was born with the sin. I was like, what? My mother didn't tell me that. She told me she left Virginia to go to college, go to school. They wouldn't let her to school. She wanted to get a job at the post office. They wouldn't let her get a job. She wanted to do better. So she told us to get our education and do better in life. She didn't mention all that other stuff. She said go to school. She didn't mention college, but she said go to school, get a good job so you can take care of yourself. That's what she told me. From when I was young enough to remember to the age I was 12 when she died. 12 years. She never told me that. She told me to get a job and to go to get a higher education, go to school, stay in school. And we all did. What she didn't tell me was that I was nothing but the rib of a man. A few punches by a man, a few times being stripped by a man, incested, brought the point home. That's cult life. But my mother wasn't into the cult life. That's what she left Virginia for. And here I was, back in the life that she ran away from, getting the abuse, probably same abuse that she was getting. Because in Virginia, you had to be a part of a cult. And if the cult leader molested or touched you or whatever, you should be happy. He's the cult leader. And he wants you. And you would never say that the cult leader touched you, because who do you think you are that he would want to stoop so low to touch a little kid? Or, as my grandma, a big grown woman. They rape them all the time. Anyway, let's take a little break. Cause if I stop walking now, they'll cut me up until I'm just... Yes, the great Ron Jackson, y'all. He got some CDs out. I know. I'm walking, y'all. Trying to save my... Y'all should go get it. I've listened to some of his songs. Yeah, if you like guitar music... Yeah. If I stop walking, y'all. Oh, yeah. The same cane that they made, your ancestors picked, is now picking y'all off. Yeah. Cause if I start walking down, hey, they cut me up until I'm just a nose. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I said, come walk with me. Yeah. Why? Yeah. You can eat the food you want to eat. Yeah. Mr. Ron Jackson, yours truly, honey. Hey, I'm just trying to save the toes. Trying to save the feet. Trying to save the feet and toes. Hey. Yeah, y'all. Cause if I stop walking now, what's gonna happen? They'll cut me up until just the nose. Thank goodness for auto-tuning. Whew. So, you learn that stuff at the pimp meet up on Sundays. You're told just by a woman, you're scheming, conniving, and have to be controlled by men. I didn't know. And of course, everybody's Jezebel or whatever. I don't think I ever read the goddamn book. I heard so much. Well, the Jezebel. And yeah, the deacons and them, they say, y'all are Jezebels. Trust me, if any whores out there my age, sex workers out there my age, I know where you got it from. If you went to church, to the pimp meetup every Sunday, you were trained. I couldn't understand why they kept saying, Jesus loved sex workers. Jesus' best friend was a sex worker. I used to say, okay, in Harlem, my Aunt Betty, of course, was a sex worker, and she had a friend named Johnny May. Johnny May had no teeth. That's all I remember. They said Johnny May had no teeth, but she could bite the hell out of her neck bone. And that's how they introduced her. Hey, this is Johnny May. And Johnny said, hold on. And my aunt said, she may don't have any teeth, but she could bite the hell out of her neck bone. And everybody would start laughing. And that was Johnny May's introduction. But I would sit there and I was like, well, Johnny May was a whore, sex worker. Mary Magdalene, sex worker. But I don't ever remember I don't remember seeing no Jesuses around them. You know what I mean? They didn't have that world-renowned friend. I didn't see that. So it was hard for me to really get a grip. But then I just settled on the old Southern Baptist fallback. Just full of sin. So, sex workers are full of sin. They don't tell you that they wasn't full of sin. When their mother started bringing them to the Sunday pimp meetup, they were innocent. But by the time they finished going through the process, yes, some of them, sex workers, drug addicts, crazy. Because I'm going to tell you something else that they do at the Sunday pimp meetup. They tell you don't trust your own self or your own eyes. Don't believe yourself, and women lie. I always manage to get that in, because it's African Americans. So they would go more for the woman, and women lie. Women. I imagine in a Caucasian church, not the Lutheran church I was in, because there was a lot of us African Americans in there. So I don't think he could pull out that we was white until sin came. But I imagine in the white churches, they be saying, it's them darkies. They was white till sin got them, and now they on the other side, and we got to save them and bring them back to white. But in the African American pimp meetups on Sunday, it was basically women. No, I know white people say, oh, in the churches, they be talking about white people calling them devils. Not when I was growing up. No, white people were not devils. No. Crackers, patty rollers, but not devils. They never talked about going after white people. They talked about going after sin. And usually women had more sin than everybody else. So it worked out, go after women. So, that's what I learned there. I just wish people would stop sending their children to these cult-controlled states. When they do something up here and you want to move them out of this atmosphere, if you find somebody out west, do not send them down to the vicious penal colonies controlled by them cults. Because the very fact that you have to send them down there because they're trouble, it makes them a prey. Not only for the DNAers, but for the cult family. It makes them prey. And you say, oh, I'm going to send that boy down south because he stole. But when he get down south, he's a thief. And then he's a liar. They can rape him, beat him, stomp him, and they're justified because he's a liar and he's a sinner, and you sent him down there as punishment. I wish y'all stopped doing that. I said my daughter, when I was trying to get out of New York, her father said Massachusetts. I was like, jump on that Massachusetts train so I can gather us up and get out of this penal state, this New York penal state. There was no way I would ever send her down south. She would be incested within 6 months of getting down there to show her exactly where her place is. And when she go for the pimp roundup, the Sunday pimp meetup, they'll tell her. The first time I heard somebody say, you know, women's breasts is, for babies. They didn't say that, but like they feed the world. Not at that pimp meetup, honey. Not at that pimp meetup. They almost made it like it was a sin that we had breasts and men were forced to look at them. So though they couldn't touch and rub on them enough, they was the woman's sin. I couldn't understand that. I couldn't understand it. At that Sunday pimp meetup, I would come out feeling lower than a worm. There was nothing good said about women. Nothing. Every now and again, they'll throw out, mother something sitting in the front pew there, sitting next to her. But I see you girls sitting with them short dresses on. Close your legs. I can see right up your skirt. Why are you looking up people's skirts? So he wasn't talking about the mother. He was talking about the fact that they were showing it. So every deacon that came up front, everything came up front, they knew exactly where to put their eyes to. The pimp meet up on Sunday. And then you pay them your money. They call it tithing. You pay them the money. Pay your pimps. They collect the money. And then they tell you go and sin no more. And you leave feeling like crap. Men leave feeling empowered. And I could tell from the sermon, and if my cousins were in church that Sunday, what I had to look forward to. Because they said, oh, it's in the Bible. Oh, it's in the Bible. The pastor said it. So, I used to fear that. I did. I used to fear that a lot. I did. Because it just gave them the license to do whatever they wanted to do. And you wouldn't say anything. You can't say anything. You really can't. Because you're a liar, a sinner, etc., etc. So even if you say something to somebody, trust me, I'll have to tell y'all about the incident that I told my father and stuff. But it was too much. If I stayed down there, I would have been in a mental institution. Because I would have to go to the pimp meet up every Sunday and hear what a disgusting human being women are. But it ain't their fault. It ain't their fault. They got the mind of children. And all them grown women say, yes, Reverend. Yes. They co-sign, yes. All the sermon that God put men, God put men in control. And for women to obey. That was a hard one. If my cousins and them was in church for that one, it was a bad week. It was a real bad week. Because they had to prove their dominance. So, say if a little tease like, oh, Grammy said, if one of my male cousins, like, before that horrible sermon, they said, oh, Grammy said, to come to her, she wants you to do something. You say, oh boy, I'm coming. And then they just walk away. But on the women need to be controlled because they don't know what to do sermons. That same cousin, Grandma, why don't you come inside? He said, oh boy, I want to, can get you yoked up. It could get you punched. Don't talk to him like that. You see the service, according to the service. Now I'm just not the cousin. I'm the woman that don't listen, that men got to control. And that comes from the Sunday pimp meetup at the church. That's this cult leader and the deacons. So I watched and I listened, and I knew when I would catch it real bad, and then I knew when I wouldn't. On the sermons that was spare the rod, spoil the child, they always made sure to put in, and you gotta do that with women too, because they just got the brains of children. Back at the house, between the cousins and such, a lot of fighting. Because then the cousins would say, well, women are like that too. Y'all child-minded. I gotta watch children. No, so that does not give you a right to incest us. But it does. Squeeze your gut, tuck your elbow in, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to show some kind of control. Hey, my ladies better. No pain, no pain, no gain. I'm all gain, honey. Ha! Okay, tuck in your elbow. Squeeze your gut. Neither up nor down. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah! Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Like, now it's time for our gulp and chat. And for me to get a paper towel. Yes? I don't know why I take a shower before I come on the walk. Yeah, I'll be a little sweaty before the walk. Then I'm all sweaty after the walk. Go figure. Go figure, y'all. Whew. But now, no problem getting this water down. I sweated all the water inside me out. Whew. Yes. I love sweating. Everything is working. I do for this family. You see? I'm hoping you watch me that you do it for your family. Not your DNAers. Your family. This is your family. One thing I couldn't understand in the cult meetup, they always said stuff like, don't believe your eyes. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Shoot, that one just ran out of my mind real fast. Other things like that. Yeah. Like you have faith. Have blind faith. Just cause you can't see it don't mean that it ain't. Now, I concede in some cases that's true. But this was grooming. This is grooming. Yep. That's all that was. Just grooming. This is your body. This is what you trust. This is what you take care of. But I imagine if I stayed down south, I would hate my body. I was already told that my breast, and not that the breast is important, the feed, even though these folks is farmers and stuff. So they know what the woman breast does as far as feeding it. But still, it's some kind of curse because when men see it, you know, it makes them want to jump on you and take this. And how is that my curse? Ain't that yours? I don't understand. And the vagina. I never know it was cursed. I didn't know. But apparently it's cursed. I'm just steady drinking, y'all. I didn't know. And then, could you imagine me? I know I can't, and I'm so glad I'm not. After them pimp meetups on Sunday, it gives them, allows them, or men, or the DNAers, to feel that, especially the male DNAers, they feel that they can, it's okay for them to incest you because they've been given the okay at the Sunday pimp meetup. And then you would have to keep your child because there's no way you could get rid of it. And then nothing happens to him. It instantly all comes to the woman. Remember Eve and Jezebel and Mary Magdalene and then the other Marys? Okay, horse. It's not their fault. The men are clear. I have to walk around with a big stomach full of shame, and every one of the DNAers know. Every one of the DNAers know that my pregnancy was caused by one of them. But no, they go to pimp meetup, and my pregnancy was caused because of me. It was something that I did to a male DNAer that made him incest me. There was something that some kind of walk, some kind of look, and everyone would go around pitying me. And then when the baby comes out, the baby will be held as ridicule at the pimp meetups, because pimps don't like when You know, when the ladies, the sex workers is pregnant. I mean, some of them still work while they're pregnant, but basically they don't like that. So I would be held up as ridicule, as swaying my hips, and somehow in the breast, the thing that my grandmother used to put on me, the Playtex stiff one, these breasts couldn't move if they was hit by a car. I'm telling you. But I would be blamed for somehow my breasts enticing my male DNA to incest me. And that comes from the Sunday pimp meetup. My ancestor is innocent. They're innocent. Oh, I hated the Sunday pimp meetup where women drive you to do those things. The devil get in them and make her do those things. Make her not hear you. Always a bad time when we got home with the cousins, the male cousins. You had to run around and you had to serve them. Even at church, if they had a church meeting or what have you, the women served the men. This is a Sunday pimp meetup. And all the pimps come downstairs, cult leader, and the deacons, and the sextons, and the whoever, the whatever, the pimp meetup. And then all the ladies would just fight one another. They have the best cake, who has the best pie. And they just couldn't wait to put it for the men so they could smile at them. Pimp meetup. So, even if your rapist came from the cult, I'm so that's those. Oh yeah, I want to explain that also. When I say I'm at the bottom of the pyramid, that's the way it works on these YouTubes and these things. The higher ones, a million, the billion, and then the rest of us are just like the foundation. So when I say a curse word or something like that, and I say they're gonna put me lower, where I have to be like under the sewer. I mean, you know. That's what they're gonna show me. But I'm already at the base. But I'm alright like that. I ain't showing no TNA, and I'm not really shaking. And I'm talking politics, African American culture, my life, and exercising along the way, trying to get us healthy. And y'all know we walk for a half hour and be gone, but now we're doing gulp and chat. Water goes down, air comes up. So, that's why I can't go back down there. No, not at all. Those pimp meetings, and I came to New York. A lot of time, those pimp meetups, they have the same ones in New York, all over the country. But if you're not cult affiliated like I am now, that's why I say all that stuff. I know I'm at the bottom, under the bottom. I'm not cult affiliated. I'm not this affiliated. You have to be affiliated. I'm not like the African American Greeks. I'm none of them. I don't got none. So I know where I am. But I'm healthy. I feel good. I'm glad y'all there, that I can talk to you and we can get our exercise on. I don't even care if you put your headphones on, as long as you're exercising. You see them feet? This is important for me, that you see me moving so that you want to move too. And I got that. And then the icing on the cake for me is the fact that, okay, we're coming into 3 years of walking, but I'm coming into 1,000 videos. This is so personally self-fulfilling. I know it don't mean nothing to anybody. I told you I'm already down on the foundation. And okay, take a pyramid. Take a pyramid. Okay, this is a pyramid. And this is the bottom part. And I understand, because listen, even this bottom part is some very good videos. I'm on YouTube all the time, honey. Yes, I'm on Facebook too, but I'm on YouTube all the time. I'm on Facebook to chat. I'm on YouTube for videos. Oh, I mean, even this level is really some good videos. So you go up higher, and just some really phenomenal videos. So I'm not mad. I ain't jealousing on nobody. No. I'm just glad to be amongst the numbers. But I'm not going to delude myself. I know where I am. And I know where I am. And do you see how I'm standing erect? Did you notice? If you have to go back to the old videos. And there were some days I was like this. Oh, no. Just let me make it. Just let me make it. And here I am today. Standing as tall and as strong as a pole. Stuck down in some strong cement. And thanks to you guys and your encouragement. So I'm all right being where I am. That's what I can control. I'm coming up on making 1,000 videos. That's what I control. I still only got 2 views. I don't control that. That's controlled by Allegory, Gainy, Goonie, Grainy. The alligator goonies. That's in these social medias. But I can control my production. And my production is on Facebook, well in the thousands, but Facebook, they done turned on Metameter, Moody, do. Well, on there, I probably got like 2 or 3. But on YouTube, yeah, coming up on 1,000. FB, well over 1,000. But it's personal best, personal fulfillment. I'm alive. And then some people got all the money in the world and they can't be alive. So I'm walking and exercising with y'all and I'm alive. I knew what I was coming to when I got here. Mostly old people on these social media. They get likes, they get views. Sick. Being old like me, but not on the treadmill, just sitting down somewhere, cussing somebody out. They don't talk government and stuff like that. They like the ones that talk sex. They love the old people that talk sex. So they get tons of clicks and views. They like the old ladies that talk, like cook and talk and stuff like that. They love them. That ain't me. I'm an old lady that walk on the treadmill. And she get about 3 views. 4 or 5 views. But I love them. I love it. I love the company. Remember my first song? Thank you for the company. Yeah, so that's the pimp meetup. When my daughter was in her 30s, and I tell you, my girlfriend Ethel, she was a deaconess at this church, this cult, Baptist cult, and it was a lot going on. And she asked me to come in, and I came in, and we did a lot of research. We did a lot of search to find out what's going on, and we wound up getting the New York chapter of the Baptist people to come up to Portchester and see what's being done to the church. To come back and take control. And that's where I left it. And it was just the whole time I was there, I mean, half the time they wasn't even open. We had the best time ever. We would sit, it was myself, my daughter. Let me put it like this, it's the power of three. I don't know if y'all know the power of three, but there's a power of three. So a lot of times we were just powering with the three, which worked out good. One was working on getting married, but hadn't secured the necessary thing for the marriage, you know, like wedding ring and stuff like that, I believe. My daughter, she was doing real estate. She was looking for her house, to buy a house, and that was very troubling. And me, I just wanted to promote the Palm Moves First podcast. Not podcast, Palm Moves First public access show where we teach the basics of chess, the music, movement, and song. And we all just sat there. And we sat there and we said our dreams, what we wanted. She saw how she wanted her marriage to go, what she did. My daughter saw her house she was going to get to. And I saw Neighbors. That's what the public access show is called, Neighbors. The podcast is called Palm Moves First. Where I wanted neighbors to go, how I wanted to reach more children, and they could learn chess, and they could learn the chess song. And a lot of times, like I said, the church was closed, but we would come out and we sit and we would do the power of three. Yes. She got married. Yes. My daughter got a house. And yes, we were down in New York City on public access Neighbors. So that's the power of three. So, and my daughter was used that time. She says, "Thank you, Mommy," because I never really pressed upon her to read that fiction book known as the Bible. I didn't do that. No. Most fiction books she read was from African American authors. So she said she had a year when the church was open and we would go in. First thing she would do is she'd pick up that fiction book. And she read it all the way through. Well, she said the Old Testament. She said, "Mommy, what the hell?" She said, what is this? What? I said, "Leslie, listen. I didn't push this on you. And maybe that's what we were supposed to go through the power of the. Even the girl next to her, that used to be with us. Well, it's her sister from another mother and father. A sister from another mother and father. And she said, "Mommy," she said, "I never picked up the Bible." And she never did. I never wanted to. And she said, what, it makes no sense. She said, "I read books." She said, that makes no, and I said, "It doesn't. It doesn't. Doesn't. And that's why I didn't want to get in her head. And we're dead and we're done. I said, that's basically all that's about. But knowing that we're on the penal colony, that's what it's here for. I called it the mind. Well, I'm already at the basement. I call it the mind fuck. I also call it the pimp handbook. Keep your pimp hands strong. Keep your pimp hands strong with that Bible, honey. Because everything in it, women are trash. Trash, honey. Trash. And I hear people say, no, not Mary, Jesus' mother. Oh, yes. It clearly says that a God came in and slept next to her while she was next to her husband and planted a seed inside her. I'm told on this penal planet, when you do that, you're trash. Now they say, oh no, because Mary's white. On this penal colony, even white people are still, because women are still considered trash. If you sleeping with a man calling himself God, Nick, while your husband is laying next to you. Women still don't know on the holidays why a lot of domestic violence goes on. Some men, it clicks for them during that holiday. And Mary's a hoe. My wife is a hoe. My daughter's a hoe. My nieces is a hoe. Very dangerous book. Whew. We did it, y'all. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. Thanks for coming over. Oh, yeah. I guess I should have said this like 1,000 episodes ago. You know this is just commentary, right? And all the stuff is my opinion, since y'all don't see nobody else here, do you? But excuse me. Oh, water goes down. Gas comes up. You know? Anyway, thanks for coming on the walk. And I'll see you on Monday. Love yourself. Love you. Okay. Love your family. See, this is your family. Your eyes, your heart, your lungs, your kidney, your legs, your feet. Look at that. You know, this is family. Everything we need. This is family. Get up, everybody. Clap. We need everything. This is how we stay alive. This is what helps us walk. This is the family. Everybody else just shares your DNA. Stop holding responsibility for people that don't like you, don't want you. You got a whole family. Oh, like, comment, share. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Thanks for coming on the walk.